Okay, welcome. So, this is Mani Lakkaraju. I'm a startup mentor, and I'll be throwing some light on the current trend that is vivid with everyone, like to go digital. So, there are a lot of things that are happening about going digital. So, this is an effort to bring out what are the things that a founder has to look at in this current situation to go digital. Most of the times we might understand just going digital is like getting online, making some live share, or trying to make some new post, make some changes in the website, or try to do something like this. But there's more to it. That's what I'm going to share with this kind of presentation. And after I share some ideas, we'll also go through a quick kind of a demo of connecting you how you can maximize your current presence or current situation and try to enable yourself to go online and try to gain from it. So that is the entire thing. So there are two parts to it. First, I'll be sharing some insights, and post that insights, I'll be actually showing you a demo of how quickly we can go digital and how best we can take the advantage of the current situation. Okay, going digital. Uh, it is very easy for everyone to understand, or the entrepreneurs also to look at. Let's go digital. But there are certain things that we have to understand, mainly starting with the mind shift. We should have a clear change in our mind shift for going digital. And that is one of the three challenges that most of the entrepreneurs face. Second is entrepreneurs also has to understand the big picture, and then they have to set officially a business goal where they can track. So going with the mindset, see, there are typically five questions every entrepreneur should ask himself before he thinks to go digital. The very first question is why I should go digital. Why going digital will I be getting any value add? Or is only for now I'm doing it? Or is it a bigger agenda for me to go digital? Okay, agreed. We got a solution. We got an answer for that. Why to go digital? Okay, for the current times and future, let's go digital. But where do you start? Because just going digital is not revamping your website, not making some post, not making some LinkedIn updates. It is basically you're shifting your business from an offline kind of an engagement to an online kind of an engagement. When you typically go online, the engagement and the user experience that your customer will face in respect to your business will change drastically. And there is, I would say, there is definitely around 90% of change that you will see when the user experience is given online. Because most of the times when the user interacts, it's only momentary. He'll not interact like the way when they engage or interact with us when we are offline. In a digital space, the interaction or the engagement is momentary. So it is very important to understand where do we start. As well as it is also important to understand what do we do, what is that we have to do, and how do we do. Do we start with the website, or do we start with the LinkedIn? Do we start with the WhatsApp? Do we start with the shares? What exactly we do? So this is also another important aspect we have to understand. And how do we do? How fast we do? Let's say I'm in touch with 100 customers. So I connect all the 100 customers over the same day and say we are digital now. Please buy services online. Will that work? Or what exactly is that? How is that I have to do? And most importantly, when to do. Is it today, or can I do it after a week, or I'm ready to do it by end of this month? So these are the very basic mindset questions that every founder should have and should understand to make themselves equipped of going this go digital challenge. Now, once they understood this mindset and now have all these queries, they're ready with the mindset. The second thing is they have to create a big picture. Fine, we are ready to go digital. But what is the big picture for our business by going digital? There should be definitely a purpose. How can it be useful for me or my business to go digital? Then who are all the teams have to involve in making it digital? Similarly, what kind of products can go online? What kind of products can stay? Not every product I sell offline has to necessarily go online. There is no need or no compulsion. So I have to have a plan for that. Similarly, the process. Maybe right now the sales are handled by a sales team, delivery is handled by delivery team. There are various process that is already set up. Now, when I go online, there is some element where we have to also bring the feedback mechanism, the delivery mechanism, the post sale mechanism also to be available as part of the access to the customer. So the process has to take a change. So that is also a very important factor that is to be looked at. And what exactly is the solution? How does the customer connect? On various occasions. Maybe it could be an inquiry, it could be for a support, it could be for a feedback, it could be for a request for new product sale. How does they connect? So there should be a solution. There should be a proper solution. And also at what cost? What is the overall cost of this entire solution? So this is definitely the big picture everyone has to understand. And finally, once with this mindset and big picture are cleared, we should create a goal, which is very tangible goal. Like, okay, if we go online today, there is some kind of expectation of sales in the next 6 months from online. There is some kind of expectation of customers, new customers added in the next 6 months. So there is some tangible goal. And similarly, at the same time, we should also have a measure of looking at how we are progressing on the goal that we have set. And last but not the least, we have to be very realistic. We cannot set some ambitious goals here because it is new and it is a new offering that we have to start. Both the customers as well as your employees or internal to the internal customers and external customers, both of the customers have to understand how this digital piece fits well with the business and the kind of business you are doing. So you have to be very realistic in defining this challenge. So this is the first mindset or big picture and a goal phase where every founder has to write down these challenges and be very clear. And then there are 7 simple ways of going digital. One is analyze the opportunity, understand what is the bigger picture from this opportunity. Maybe this is a COVID situation or non-COVID situation, but what exactly is that we get from this opportunity by going digital? And make a very basic plan, looking at the essentials like, do I have all the content ready? Do I have all the products ready? Is my website okay? Can I make it live? When can I make it live? How much downtime is required? So there is some, all these essentials are to be looked at. So that calls out to a very simple plan. And since many people are involved and your internal and external customers have to understand this transition, it's always better to keep it simple so that you can design in a very empathetic manner and always try to bring out the user experience end of it. Also, the next step is to make it more creative and bring more agility in it. Like how innovatively you can connect to your customer, because engagement is a very important factor here, and we have to understand we have to bring in that kind of essential back into the offering when we go online. So how good is the creativity? How are we equipped with that creativity? And how can we ensure that it is all taken care? Is what we have to understand, and we have to run through the entire process. And we have to keep it agile. Agile in the sense we have to keep it simple. Let's not make it a whole huge list of things to do to go online. Let's make it very simple and very agile. Like, okay, let's say first let me make the online content. Let me revisit the product design. Let me revisit my offerings. Okay, first once I have collected all these things, then I'll try to make it online one after the other. And this is kind of agility we have to have it. Similarly, whatever we do online, it should be available for all the teams across the ecosystem. Both internal and external customers should also have access to this kind of digital offering or this digital connect or this digital engagement that we are trying to create here with our process of going digital. And the most essential part is to capture the feedback. So keep capturing the feedback more from your customer, more for your employees, and try to improvise it. And that is where the creativeness and the agility will come into picture. So you try to do a version one, then you try to revise, improvise it, make it more user friendly, and then you can again launch it. And finally, you have to monitor the outcomes. Like whatever is said, you should still understand that you have to progress and achieve your goal. So you have to monitor the outcomes, and that's where a lot of controls are to be designed on the online, where you understand how many products are being engaged, what are the kind of other SEO metrics you could take. If you're already having SEO, you're already doing digital marketing, so you can take those leads as well. You can also take those metrics as part of the monitoring and connect to your goals and see how different is the market behaving to your act of going digital. And now there are few focus areas where you have to take care when you are trying to go digital. A couple of them we have listed here. There are many of them, but couple of them we have listed here is purely from 5 or 6 stages. The first stage could be a product cycle stage where you have to definitely rework on your catalogs, because you are the best person who can present your product in a best manner when it goes to the online, because the engagement time is very less and it could be momentary. So you have to relook at how do you bring out the catalogs to make sure the momentary connect happens. Similarly, there should be a write-up. There should be a storytelling approach more than order book approach by saying we have these products and we are ready to sell. Try to connect your users more with the storytelling. And similarly, the content has to be prepared for that. So that would be a couple of things that you have to look at before you go online on your product cycle. Similarly, on the sales cycle, so you have to actually look at a lead cycle. The lead cycle takes a very total drastic change here, because here your connect is, as it is momentary, you have to do a lot of follow-ups, and you have to ensure the customer is engaged on the right point of connect. If he's not engaged on the right point, maybe it will end up in a wrong sale, which can cause some kind of issues in the way overall process it is happening. Similarly, you have to train your sales team. So the content that you're preparing, the new things that you're bringing up, has to be taken care with the sales team as part of the training. Same for better coordination, you have to bring in the concept ticketing, deliveries, and end user help, more like a feedback and helping your teams to function very well during this online transition stage or go digital stage. Also, market outreach activities like with emailers, SMS, social media campaigns have to be relooked at and have to be connected to the changes that you are making on the online, go online. One best practice is like the way you have done the planning, the same way you can actually use that as a campaign. Saying that, let's say you have planned to launch 3 products in a month, we can say we are launching this product today, and you can run a campaign to launch the next product after 15 days, and another campaign after a month end or end of the month to trigger the launch of the third product. So like this, you can relook at your campaigns, relook at your digital media. You can work with your digital media partners and try to reschedule this entire thing, focusing back to the content of going digital. And finally, customer surveys and feedbacks. These are very important. You have to engage customers more on surveys, more on polls, more sharing them FAQs of why you are good at what you're doing right now and what makes it much better for you. And similarly, more on engagement, how better you can engage them in a different aspect and all. So these are some key tasks that every startup or every MSME or every entrepreneur can look at as a digital focal points in their journey of transition from going offline to online. Definitely, there are other hundreds of things specific to the industry segment, but this is at a very high level that connects most of the audience or customers, both internal and external, to the current situation of the business, and you are not actually investing anything additional